Welcome to day 3 of the 12 days of Winter Wonder. Hello everyone, this is Debbie from Ink and Page, and I am here with the third free ephemera pack for the 12 days of Winter Wonder. And today we're going to be making a waterfall insert for our winter journal. So before I get started, I'm just going to do a little bit of housekeeping and get all that stuff out of the way. If you're interested in joining in on this project, you can sign up in the link below in the description. And when you sign up, you'll get an email. Click the button in the email to confirm that you want to be on the email list, and then that will take you to Google Drive, where there's a folder that's going to have all the days that have been released in it. Okay, so you'll be able to catch up. So don't worry about that. If you didn't get in at the beginning, you can join in at any point in this whole entire process. The past days will always be in the link that you click in the email. And then every email that I send out will also have a link to every single freebie that has been released. So if you're already on the email list and you just hadn't been checking your email, or you've been busy or whatever, you'll be able to catch up. So don't worry about that. And if you have any problems, again, just message me through Etsy, or you can email me at debbie@inkandpage.co. Okay, so we've already done 2 projects, which are the loaded tags here. And then we also had the little folio from yesterday. So today we're going to get started on this waterfall insert. There in this particular paper pack, or ephemera pack, there were actually 2 papers today, because I thought that it would be really good to have a second neutral, and you'll see why as we proceed through this. But I also wanted to do like one fun one. So I did a fun polka dot, and I did like a neutral, just diagonal stripe with a little bit of gold and some distress on it. So those will be these will be good for those back doing the double siding. Sorry, I've been spending a lot of time on the computer lately. Okay, so that's the 2 papers from today. So to get started with this whole project, there are 7 flaps, 7 pockets, 7 cards, and 7 word strips. And all these are going to go together to form this, the waterfall situation here. I wanted to back all my cards with a neutral paper. So I used the snowflake paper from day 1 because I wanted to have the option to write on the back of it. The other option with this is that you could put like put more decorative paper on there, and then cut out smaller like inset rectangles to put on here as well, and then still write on those. Actually, there's actually washi tape too. I mean, this is a little bit like I have lined washi tape that looks like this, and grid washi tape is pretty easy to find, and that's really good for putting lines on the back of stuff that doesn't have lines. Same with this. I did want to put a neutral on the back of this because we're going to put these patterned pockets on the back of these, just like this. Okay, so that's why I wanted to have neutrals on the back of this. There's also words to go on each of these. If you don't want to use the particular words that I put, I have like a sequential poem. You'll see how it works out. But if it doesn't speak to you, or maybe your family has a different tradition, just flip these over and write your own on the back. Additionally, you could use one of these, like Tim Holtz has these word strip things, and I know that, you know, all different, you can get them all over the place to say all different things. Those are a few just notes on this before we get started. Sorry about all the talking. Okay, so I matched the word phrases to the images. So they're numbered, actually they're not numbered in the printable, but they are in order on the printable. I don't know if that makes sense. So, but if you're doing it with me on the video, you can put them in any order you want. There's no rules. I just have an order that I would like to use because I matched the phrases on here to the images. So we'll get started with this. I already pre-taped everything, and I also pre-inked everything with Vintage Photo. That's going to be standard for this whole project. I'm using Vintage Photo for everything. Okay, so you're going to start and you're going to line up this first one with the top here. So make sure, just try to get that kind of across the top. I'm going to flip this over actually so I can see it better. And just right here in the center of this whole thing. And then we're just going to put that down. And I'm going to just put, there is a little bit of a margin of error in this backing piece. Because, you know, everybody's printer is different, you know, we all fold things differently, so I put a little bit of a margin of error in there. So the end of it can be trimmed at the end, or I'll show you what I was thinking as well. All right, so then the dove is going to go next, and we're just going to go ahead and line that up with the edge of this. And we're just going to do that all the way down. And then, so this is actually going to be a super easy one for today once you get all the stuff cut out, which didn't take me all of that long. The other thing I was thinking is if you don't want to do words at all on your edge, you could use, oh, where's my edge punch? You could use an edge punch like this. This is another Martha Stewart one. And it just looks like this. So if you punched all of your edges, it doesn't take, the nice thing about some of these edge punches is they don't take that much off the edge. So you wouldn't really be messing up the graphics or anything like that by using an edge punch like this. But I just wanted to mention that as another option for how to, you know, kind of decorate this if you wanted to. Okay, so onto the candle. Sometimes I have so many ideas in my head. They come out a little crazy. But, hopefully all this makes sense. You guys can leave questions below. I do try to get to the questions. You guys are leaving me so many amazing comments that I'm a little bit behind on the comments. But I will get caught up with them hopefully soon. So again, if you have any questions, I also have a you know, a couple other eyes out there in case people have questions, and they can refer those directly to me so that I can help with those. All right, here we go. All right, and then that one goes there just like that. And we're just gonna fold it down like that in the end. And then we'll use this to decorate part of our final project, the end, at the journal at the end. So all these projects are just going to add up to make one cool project at the end. All right, so we'll do this, and there'll be lots of tuck spaces and spots and journaling areas for you to record your December, winter, Christmas, holiday, whatever memories that you want just from the month. There'll be lots of places to put those. I thought these might be cute for maybe tucking little photos or memories and stuff into the backs of the pockets. So this is actually, I love how this is coming out. This, so yeah, so I thought these might be little handy little tuck spots. If you don't want to put the pockets on the back of the tabs, you don't have to, because you could just glue a photo on the back of it too, as well, without the pocket. So, or you could put a little quote or just about anything. Okay. All right. There's our, this is going to be our waterfall. I'm going to have to press down on all my creases to get this to stay flat, but that's okay. Because we're still going to do a couple of we still have to do a couple of things to this. Okay, I think I said there were 7 pockets, but there's actually 8 pockets. So there's enough pockets for you to do a pocket on the back of every one of these flaps, as well as a pocket on this one here as well. So that's what we'll use this little extra margin on the bottom. If you just want yours to even out and end here, you can chop this little piece off. All right, so we're gonna flip this back over again, and I'm gonna start with the pockets. I might need, oh, I can just use this key here. Okay, there we go. I'll use that to hold my down while I'm gluing. Okay, there we go. All right, so these also can go on, you know, pretty much in any order that you would like to put them on. For your personal taste. Put this on. I'm going to try to keep the glue close to the edges again, because I want to be able to maximize the space in the pocket. Okay, and these should just fit right on there. Glue spillage there. Okay, I'll pick that up, do that. This also gives a little decoration to the inside of this, since I chose to go with a neutral background. I just wanted the pockets to look good no matter what. And with the polka dot, I thought it was a little bit crazy for the background. So I backed almost, I think I backed everything with either the snowflake paper or the diagonal paper included with the kit today. Okay, we'll do our next one. Get that one. I was thinking that this, I actually am enjoying doing this so much that maybe I was thinking we could do a summer one too. Especially even better for me, because I would not have a kid in school in the summer. So it would be like just a super like fun project to do a summer one of these as well. I love the idea of having just like a cumulative project, you know, that where you just work on something a little bit every day and then you get something awesome at the end. There we go. I'll do this. So I was thinking either doing a summer one, or we could do like a spooky like June-tober type situation, Summerween, because I know a lot of you guys like the Wraithwood kits, which are, you know, those are mostly gothic. The Wraithwood Village one that I did for Christmas this year was more of a traditional Christmas one, but, you know, I figured we'd take a little visit out to the village where things are, oops, this is actually a letter opener, quite so spooky. Okay, I'm gonna have, oops, make sure I glue the right side down while I'm talking. That one. There's a few fussy cuts in this kit, some tiny tags as well. There's not a lot of like opportunity, like this isn't like the past two where there were like areas to decorate. This is more of like a functional structure that we're building for this one, that is intended for memories or usage, you know, when you're actually using your journal. So, okay, here we go. I'm getting down to the end. And then also there's a set of tabs for this in case you wanted to tab your flips You could put the tabs on the side, you could put the tabs on the bottom. It's kind of up to you. And if you don't want to use them today, just save them and you can use them on a different day. Because there'll always be opportunities for you to use the tags in, tabs in your journal. Okay, we're getting down almost to the last one. And my fingers are all nice and gluey. Okay, I'm gonna put that back in there, and then flip this over. And just, I'm gonna do, because I flipped everything over and kept it on the other side, I'm just gonna do, put a little pressure on these with my bone folder. I can clip them down. Oops. I can clip them down too. As well. And when we like put it into the journal, we can also talk about a couple of closure options to hold it down. But once it's in the journal, it should stay down like this. And the other option is, where did I put my little guys in here? You know, just putting a clip on the side. Whoops. He doesn't want to go. Will also help hold it down, because once you're holding down the top, it'll hold down, you know, all the other ones as well. Oh, do you want to put one more pocket here? As well. Whoops. I am not the world's best gluer. Okay, let's see. All right, there we go. Now that one's on there, and that's totally optional if you want to do that or not. I'm going to get my key back, actually, to put this on here for a second. Okay, here are the tabs that I was talking about. So if you wanted to, you could tab each one of these to make them easier to flip, just depending on, you know, you want to put that under there like that. Just depending on what you want to do with that. Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and put these words on. And then we can put the cards in. Oh, that's probably not going to help me, but okay. All right, so let's start with the top here. Whoops. Only one. Okay, I do have only one. Okay. So yeah, so if you want to use this poem, the strips are in order on the printable. So you could just put a little number on the back of them to keep them in order, so that it makes sense when you read it. It starts with In the Quiet of Winter. I thought this, I don't know, I love adding words to my journals. I know some people don't love the word stickers and the word ephemera and all that, but I really do. So that's why I thought it would be nice to have a little cascading poem that goes down the whole waterfall. So this waterfall is very multi-purpose. And we'll do, this one's candles, and like it's candles on here, so it just makes it a little bit easier because it's like kind of an association for when you're making it. Whoops. There we go. I'm gonna do this one next. I also think that like having the words gives it like a cohesive look as you go down. the waterfall. I got distracted. Okay. I don't want to move that too much there. Okay, and then we have this is the spark of in every heart goes with the heart. So it kind of goes like that all the way down, just so you know that what goes with what. So in like, I tried to do like a word association for each one. Let me see, make sure I get that reasonably. I think it looks cute when they're a little bit janky. So, okay, and this one's a timeless gift. Make sure I get it on the right one. Okay. And then the last one is Wonder of the Season. There's that one too. The other thing, I mean, I hope I'm not giving too many options. I just love the idea that there's no one way to do something. But I was also thinking that if you wanted to make this flip with pictures, instead of the pictures here, you could put your own pictures on there. You could just turn everything inside out and then have these pictures be on the inside. So I don't know if that's an option, but I mean, I think it's worth thinking about if you wanted to put your own pictures on here instead. You just have the structure here. Okay, so this is, let's see, I'm gonna look at it straight on. Okay, so now we've got our words on, we've got our pockets on, and then basically all we have left right now is these little cards. And I tried to leave journaling space on them, on the front as well as the backs. So just in case, you know, you never know. And also, you know, these also could be easily used as gift tags. I'm going to turn this upside down again and mess everything up. But these pockets are intentionally a little bit tight because when these, oops, I'm going to need these tweezers. Because when these go into the pockets are going to be flipped upside down. I might need to round the corners on these. Okay, I took a quick break just to round the corners on all these cards so you wouldn't have to listen to that clicking on the video. So anyway, let's get back to this. Okay, so yeah, rounding the corners will just help the cards slip in a little bit better because they need to go in so that you can fold them over like that. So I'm just going to go ahead and go down this whole thing here, and I'm going to pop these in just whatever order. I'd clip those so that these would start to lay flat. Okay, there we go. Just make sure that the card turns over. It just has to get right before that little crease right there, and it'll be fine. And yeah, so the tightness of the pockets will help it just stay in where it's supposed to stay instead of falling out. So you probably pretty much be able to put like one thing in these pockets because they're so tight. You could probably get another small piece of ephemera, like one of these little tags in there too, if you would like. Okay, so that's all those pockets and all those cards. I'm gonna push everything back this way. And I'm gonna go ahead and clip this so it stays flat right now for us. The other thing is that There's some little bits and pieces of ephemera, so those could go into this pocket right here as well, if you wanted to. That could just be your, like, you know, little storage. I hope you can see that, because now I pushed everything down. Okay, so I hope, yeah, so the little ephemera can go in here to be stored if you like. Or you could feel free to attach that and decorate the outside of this as well, or any of the other flaps or panels in here as well. Okay, so, okay, this was the third day in the 12 days of Winter Wonder, and it's the waterfall insert. I would appreciate it very much if you would like the video and subscribe. That will just help other people find the video as well, and we can get even more people to join in on our little project here. Again, if you want to join in and you haven't already, please click the link in the description box below and join my mailing list, and I will email you a new project every day for, I think it's 9 more days, or is it 8 more days? Whichever. But every morning you'll get a new project, and then we'll meet back here on YouTube and we will make it together. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks for joining me. Bye.